Ho, ho, ho! Hello, boys, girls, and others. It is me, Santa. I'm back again because given current events, I thought that it would behoove me to give you the gift of information again. You see, some rather high-profile boys and girls have been very, very naughty over the last couple of years. And, well, I thought that I should help you make sure that you are not also naughty. So, you will have this information to know what is naughty so that you don't do it. So, let's begin. Title 18, United States Code Section 371. Conspiracy to commit offense or to defraud United States. If two or more persons conspire either to commit any offense against the United States or to defraud the United States or any agency thereof in any manner or for any purpose, and one or more of such persons do any act to effect the object of the conspiracy, each shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 5 years, or both. If, however, the offense, the commission of which is the object of the conspiracy, is a misdemeanor only, the punishment for such conspiracy shall not exceed the maximum punishment provided for such misdemeanor. And now, A. Except as otherwise provided in this section, whoever, in any matter within the jurisdiction of the executive, legislative, or judicial branch of the government of the United States, knowingly and willfully, 1. Falsifies, conceals, or covers up by any trick, scheme, or device a material fact. 2. Makes any materially false, fictitious, or fraudulent statement or representation. Or 3. Makes or uses any false writing or document, knowing the same to contain any materially false, fictitious, or fraudulent statement or entry, shall be fined under this title, imprisoned not more than 5 years, or, if the offense involves international or domestic terrorism, as defined in Section 2331, imprisoned not more than 8 years, or both. If the matter relates to an offense under Chapter 109A, 109B, 110, or 117, or Section 1591, then the term of imprisonment imposed under this section shall not be more than 8 years. B. Subsection A does not apply to a party to a judicial proceeding or that party's counsel for statements, representations, writings, or documents submitted by such party or counsel to a judge or magistrate in that proceeding. C. With respect to any matter within the jurisdiction of the legislative branch, subsection A shall apply only to 1. Administrative matters, including a claim for payment, a matter related to the procurement of property or services, personnel or employment practices, or support services, or a document required by law, rule, or regulation to be submitted to the Congress or any office or officer within the legislative branch. Or 2. Any investigation or review conducted pursuant to the authority of any committee, subcommittee, commission, or office of the Congress, consistent with applicable rules of the House or Senate. Next on my other naughty list, you could say, 18 United States Code, Section 1512. Tampering with a witness, victim, or an informant. A. 1. Whoever kills or attempts to kill another person, naughty on its own, mind you, with intent to A. Prevent the attendance or testimony of any person in an official proceeding, B. Prevent the production of a record, document, or other object in an official proceeding, or C. Prevent the communication by any person to a law enforcement officer or judge of the United States of information relating to the commission or possible commission of a federal offense or a violation of conditions of probation, parole, or release pending judicial proceedings shall be punished as provided in paragraph 3. Also, I should mention, taking a moment here, that the particularly pertinent section will be 1512C2. However, I am going to read all of them because, really, why should I limit myself unnecessarily in helping you to be nice instead of naughty? Moving on. Paragraph 2. Whoever uses physical force or the threat of physical force against any person or attempts to do so with intent to A. Influence, delay, or prevent the testimony of any person in an official proceeding, B. Cause or induce any person to 1. Withhold testimony or withhold a record, document, or other object from an official proceeding, 2. Alter, destroy, mutilate, or conceal an object with intent to impair the integrity or availability of the object for use in an official proceeding. 3. Evade legal process, summoning that person to appear as a witness or to produce a record, document, or other object in an official proceeding. Or 4. Be absent from an official proceeding to which that person has been summoned by legal process. Or C. Hinder, delay, or prevent the communication to a law enforcement officer or judge of the United States of information relating to the commission or possible commission of a federal offense or a violation of conditions of probation, supervised release, parole, or release pending judicial proceedings shall be punished as provided in paragraph 3. I tell you, boys and girls, that really gets Santa out of breath sometimes. Moving on. Paragraph 3. The punishment for an offense under this subsection is A. In the case of a killing, the punishment provided in sections 1111 and 1112. B. In the case of 1. An attempt to murder, or 2. The use or attempted use of physical force against any person, imprisonment for not more than 30 years, and C. In the case of the threat of use of physical force against any person, imprisonment for not more than 20 years. Subsection B. Whoever knowingly uses intimidation, threatens, or corruptly persuades another person, or attempts to do so, or engages in misleading conduct toward another person, with intent to 1. Influence, delay, or prevent the testimony of any person in an official proceeding, 2. Cause or induce any person to A. Withhold testimony or withhold a record, document, or other object from an official proceeding, B. Alter, destroy, mutilate, or conceal an object with intent to impair the object's integrity or availability for use in an official proceeding. C. Evade legal process summoning that person to appear as a witness or to produce a record, document, or other object in an official proceeding. Or D. Be absent from an official proceeding to which such person has been summoned by legal process. Or 3. Hinder, delay, or prevent the communication to a law enforcement officer or judge of the United States of information relating to the commission or possible commission of a federal offense or a violation of conditions of probation, supervised release, parole, or release pending judicial proceedings, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 20 years or both. Now, we are getting to the good part, the important part. This is subsection C. This is what we will likely see some people who may get put on the federal government's official naughty list charged under. Subsection C. Whoever corruptly 1. Alters, destroys, mutilates, or conceals a record, document, or other object, or attempts to do so, with the intent to impair the object's integrity or availability for use in an official proceeding, or 2. Otherwise obstructs, influences, or impedes any official proceeding, or attempts to do so, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 20 years or both. Yes, now, subsection C was relatively short, but it's C2 that you're going to want to watch, and make sure that you do not do. After all, you shouldn't do any of these things, but you've had role models, or at least people who should be role models, instead doing these naughty things. So make sure you know that they were naughty in doing these specific things. However, there is more. Subsection D. Whoever intentionally harasses another person and thereby hinders, delays, prevents, or dissuades any person from, and let me know if this sounds familiar, 1. Attending or testifying in an official proceeding, 2. Reporting to a law enforcement officer or judge of the United States the commission or possible commission of a federal offense or a violation of conditions of probation, supervised release, parole, or release pending judicial proceedings. 3. Arresting or seeking the arrest of another person in connection with a federal offense. Or 4. Causing a criminal prosecution or a parole or probation revocation proceeding to be sought or instituted, or assisting in such prosecution or proceeding, or attempts to do so, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 3 years or both. Subsection E. In a prosecution for an offense under this section, it is an affirmative defense as to which the defendant has the burden of proof by a preponderance of the evidence that the conduct consisted solely of lawful conduct, and that the defendant's sole intention was to encourage, induce, or cause the other person to testify truthfully. Subsection F. For the purposes of this section, 1. An official proceeding need not be pending or about to be instituted at the time of the offense, and 2. The testimony or the record, document, or other object need not be admissible in evidence or free of a claim of privilege. Subsection G. In a prosecution for an offense under this section, no state of mind need be proved with respect to the circumstance: 1. That the official proceeding before a judge, court, magistrate judge, grand jury, or government agency is before a judge or court of the United States, a United States magistrate judge, a bankruptcy judge, a federal grand jury, or a federal government agency, or 2. That the judge is a judge of the United States, or that the law enforcement officer is an officer or employee of the federal government, or a person authorized to act for or on behalf of the federal government or serving the federal government as an advisor or consultant. Whew! Well, don't worry, kids. We're almost done. There are only 4 subsections left. Don't worry. None of them have any subparts to them. Whew. All right then. Subsection H. There is extraterritorial federal jurisdiction over an offense under this section. Subsection I. A prosecution under this section, or Section 1503, may be brought in the district in which the official proceeding, whether or not pending or about to be instituted, was intended to be effected, or in the district in which the conduct constituting the alleged offense occurred. Subsection J. If the offense under this section occurs in connection with a trial of a criminal case, the maximum term of imprisonment which may be imposed for the offense shall be the higher of that otherwise provided by law, or the maximum term that could have been imposed for any offense charged in such case. Subsection K. Whoever conspires to commit any offense under this section shall be subject to the same penalties as those prescribed for the offense, the commission of which was the object of the conspiracy. Whew! Well, that's a big one, but it's important. Then again, aren't they all? That's why I'm giving you this gift of information. And finally, Title 18, United States Code, Section 2383, Rebellion or Insurrection. Whoever incites, sets on foot, assists, or engages in any rebellion or insurrection against the authority of the United States or the laws thereof, or gives aid or comfort thereto, shall be fined under this title or imprisoned not more than 10 years, or both, and shall be incapable of holding any office under the United States. Ha! Well, I know I'm excited. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep tonight. So, boys and girls, and others, just remember, doing a coup is very, very naughty. Santa does not like when people try to overthrow legitimate, democratically elected governments. You may not like the results of an election, but you should respect them. Until next time, boys and girls, enjoy your gift.